Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got a long-term review of my Himoto Combat 1/8 scale monster truck. Now this is my first ever RC truck, so it's very special to me. Today I'm going to show you everything about this truck, my experience so far, and what comes in the box and how it performs. I'm going to tell you about the changes, the upgrades I've made to this truck over the years, and also I'm going to tell you about the pros and cons of this truck, and in the end I'm going to share my thoughts if it's worth the price of $320. So let's begin. So this is an RTR version, which means it comes with everything included in the box. You get of course, your truck with the body. You got a LiPo battery, which is, by the way, a Vega Power 11.1 volt 2700 mAh LiPo pack. Comes with a DIN plug and a 3-channel transmitter. This is a Himoto standard 3-channel transmitter. Runs on 4 AA's. Got fairly decent options here. And it also comes with a LiPo charger, a normal volt charger, which I don't recommend using on any of the LiPo batteries because it's very slow and it's not safe as well. So that is what comes in the box. I think it's a good price for everything that you get. $320, you're getting everything. It's pretty decent. Now let's move on to the body. So the truck comes up with 4 different color options. You got blue, red, green and white. This is obviously different because I've painted it afterwards. Now everything you see here on the truck is stock. The only thing I've changed is I've added a spoiler in the back, the anti-skid plates on the roof to protect it from scratches, and in the end I've added these body retaining clips to just make sure these clips don't fall off easily. And the body overall is not that thick, it's thin, cracks up easily on hard landings, and if you're looking for a good body, I would suggest you go for a Proline body shell or any other body shell that's a bit thicker. I have one here, which is a Proline rat rod body shell. This one you can check on my channel. I've painted it in black, just like you see here. I have a separate video on it, you can check that out, but it's very strong and it fits there perfectly. So that's for the body shell. Now let's remove the body and let's see what we got inside. So moving down to the inside, we got the front bumper. This is made out of plastic, which is very good, and it absorbs some sort of shocks as well. The bulkhead is made out of aluminium, which is very good. You got coilover shocks. These are metal cap shocks with plastic body, and also got thread to adjust the ride height, which is very good. The A-arms are made out of plastic. You got the hinge print braces in front, made out of aluminium. Steel drive shafts, these are CVDs in the front. Adjustable camber links, adjustable toe links, and the knuckles are actually made out of plastic in the stock car. These ones are upgraded to metal ones. And as for the tires, these are from their Troggy lineup, the 1/8 Troggy lineup, and the stock tires are actually these ones. The reason why I changed these tires is because they are only capable of 3S. These can handle the 4S power as well. Okay, then we got the servo saver with the ring to adjust it, which is very good. Obviously you got a servo here. This is not the stock servo. This is upgraded to a different one. The stock servo is actually 9 kilogram servo, which is fairly good as well. You got the receiver box here, which is not waterproof, the receiver box, but it's still I've had no issues with it so far. The battery tray, this is stock. The battery tray could handle, I could take up different size batteries in it, which is very good. Then you got the slipper clutch in the center. This is paired up with a 46 teeth spur. And as for the motor, this is not the stock motor. The stock motor is Vega Power 3674 2370 kV motor. This one is X-Team 3050 kV motor with a can size of 3670. This could handle the force power pretty well, so I just decided to put this one instead of that. And also the temp management is good on it. So this is right now running a 16 teeth pinion, but for the stock you get the 13 teeth pinion with that motor. And as for the ESC, of course, this is the 120 amp Hobby Wing ESC, but the stock one is 100 amp WP 8BL ESC that could handle 3S only. I will show you the ESC and motor after this clip, just to give you a comparison of it. Okay, so moving down, to the rear section. Hinge sprint braces, of course. I think this is 3.5 mm chassis, which is, by the way, made out of aluminium. And as for the A-arms, of course, plastic A-arms. You got anti-roll bars in the front and rear both. And in the rear, you got adjustable camber links again. These are dog bones in the rear, no CVDs. And for the shocks, same as front. The only thing different here is the size, and this is actually bigger than the front ones. And you got the body post. Again, you got the bulkhead made out of aluminium, and you got a bumper in the rear as well, which is, by the way, I removed the bumper, but as for the stock, you get the bumper as well. So this is it for the inside. Let's move out and I will show you now the stock motor and ESC that comes with it. So before we move on to the upgrades and the pros and cons on this truck, I'm just going to show you the stock electronics that comes with this truck, because this I've upgraded to 4S, as I've already told you. This is the Vega Power 3674 2370 kV motor. That is the stock motor that comes in this truck, the Himoto Combat 1.8 monster truck. And this is the ESC that comes with it. So this is a, let me focus. Okay, so this is WP8BL 100 amp ESC, also capable of 3S. This says it's capable of 2S to 4S, but no, don't bother using 4S. I've tried. If you gear it up to 16 teeth, it won't gonna handle that power. It's just gonna cut off every time you give it full throttle. So this is not good for 4S. It's just restricted to 3S. That's why I'm using it on this truck as of now. I have a plan of reviewing this HSP 1.8 scale short course truck as well, and also have a plan of upgrading it to 4S system as well, both for the future. But for now, I just wanted to show you the electronics that comes with it in this truck. So that's it. So that's, now let's move on to the stock parts and the upgrades I've made onto this truck. Alright, so now it's time for the pros and cons on this truck. So I'm going to tell you about the pros first, because that's a good thing. So the first good thing about this truck is obviously the slipper clutch. Now I've mentioned that in the video multiple times, that this slipper clutch, for me, it never failed. And that is something that I'm very happy about, since when I first bought this truck, and as I've already mentioned, this is my first ever RC truck. So I have no idea about this slipper clutch, and I was so nervous that I don't know how to do maintenance on this and how to repair it. But as of now, 2 years passed on, I've never done any maintenance on the slipper clutch. It's still the same, the pads are still the same, and it performs perfectly. So that is something I'm very, very happy about. The second good thing about the truck is the A-arms. Now these A-arms, they are so tough. Some cars, they are just prone to damage very easily. The A-arms get broke so easily on high landings, on bad jumps. I've had this truck a couple of times. I had this truck bump into some wall or land pretty rough, and every time I just broke the the knuckle, bent the drive shafts, and also I've changed the servo saver multiple times, but never the A-arms. They are very good, and I'm pretty much happy with them, and they're still the stock A-arms after 2 years. So that is something very good about the truck. Now the third thing that I'm going to tell you about is the the maintenance and repair. Now this truck is easy to work on. Every part is very good layout. You don't need to open pretty much a lot of parts to just access to some specific parts. So that's another pro that I'm going to consider for this truck. Now another one, that is the servo. Now this is obviously the servo that is upgraded, but the servo that comes with this truck is a 9 kg servo, and it's a good one. I've had that truck for like I've had that servo, sorry, on this truck for like I guess 1 year, and it performed pretty much perfectly. And as I've mentioned, that I had a very bad accident on for this truck, and after that it just it stopped working. So again, the servo is good. And one more thing is the size of it. Now the 8 scale truck, I've also got an 8 scale buggy, the Hyper VSC, the 8-scale short course truck, and this is biggest among all three. So the size is also a good thing about this truck. It's big, looks big, and you know, overall I like big trucks. So for me it's obviously a pro. Maybe not for you, but for me it's a pro as well. And lastly, for $320 they give you everything. They give you the truck, the RTR version, they give you the transmitter, they give you the charger, the LiPo, everything except for the 4 AA's that obviously you need to provide for your transmitter. So that's again a very good thing. So these are the pros that I'm going to I just wanted to share with you all. Now let's move on to the cons of this truck. Alright, so let's move on to the con section of this truck. The first con, and by far the biggest one, is its transmitter. So this transmitter is 3-channel transmitter, suitable tuning options, but the problem is it has no good range, and I think that is by far the biggest problem in this truck, that you don't get good range with this transmitter, and you pretty much straight away need to change it. You can't forgive it. The second problem with this truck is the shocks. The shocks that comes with the truck, they have plastic body with metal caps, so they're not durable. Every time you do a hard landing, they always pop out, and you're gonna leak the oil, and you pretty much have to just get them disassembled, put them back again, refill them, and it's a mess. So I don't like these shocks. You're gonna have to upgrade them straight away. Third thing that I'm going to mention here is the diff cups. Now for some reason these diff cups, they always come loose. I've tried putting the Loctite as well, but I don't know, they're not good. And also I have upgraded them pretty much twice, and you can see it's already they're making their space inside the shaft. It's not good. It's not good. So for a car of this capability, this is definitely not the thing that you're looking for. Now another weak point in this truck is the body post. In the start I've mentioned that the body is weak, but the weaker thing in this truck are these body posts. If you do one bad landing, they are just gone. Straight up, they will break, and you need to get a new pair right from the get-go. Just keep a spare one all the time. This is the only option I can tell you about it. Another thing about the truck is the differential shimming. Now this is not a weak point here, but whenever you buy this truck, if you are planning to buy one, make sure you first check the differential for shimming, because my truck, when I bought it, it was shimmed properly. So right after 2 months, I guess, or 1 month, my front differential did start clicking. So and when I disassembled it, I found out that it wasn't properly shimmed. So definitely keep an eye on it and check it whenever you buy the truck. Now one thing I've already mentioned is the hinge pin. The hinge pin braces are weak, so you need to either you need to get a stronger hinge pin, a customized one, or you just need to make one for yourself, because if you don't get a good hinge pin, they will bend easily, and you will every time the A-arm will come out, the hinge pin will come out, and you will lose it while you're driving it. So it's another weak point on this truck. And last but not least is the chassis. Now the chassis is good. It doesn't bend easily, but if you're obviously bashing hard, doing stunts and all that stuff, you can keep an eye on it. So to avoid that, put a chassis brace on top. Now this is a good option, if you have seen on the other cars like Arma or Traxxas. Even the Traxxas Slash now, it has that chassis brace on it, because it strengthens up the chassis, removes the flex, remove the bending. So definitely consider this option, and if you don't know how to do this, you can check that on my channel as well. So this is the cons that I just mentioned here. I didn't experience any other con as of now, but if I've experienced one, I'll definitely share this with you as well. So this is it for the cons and pro section. Now let's wrap it up and move on to the verdict. Alright, so is it worth the price of $320? Definitely yes. Should you get it, or should you look for Arma, Traxxas, or any other famous brands? Now here's the thing: if you're looking for a car, an RC truck for around $400 or $500, well, you pretty much get a lot of options out there now. Arma is offering a good trios lineup for, I guess, around 400, and now also Traxxas is offering Traxxas Horse, that is, I guess, around 479. So, but the 6S lineup is pretty much expensive. Now, if you get that truck for around $320, this one, you definitely need to put some upgrades on it in order to have good fun with it. Because if you get the stock one, you will not be able to go high speed with the 3S system. I've also mentioned the transmitter; it's not good. Definitely, you need to change. You need to change the shocks. So if you're keeping of some budget for for upgrades, then definitely look for it, because this truck is very, very good if you put some upgrades onto it, like this one. If you put upgrades to it, definitely it's worth the price, because $320 for 1/8 scale truck with this size, with all the metal parts, and with this sort of construction, it's definitely a thumbs up for me. So I hope if you've enjoyed the video, just leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and for the future content, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.